Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is going on? The WRSter Ryan, and welcome to the Maracle Experience Podcast. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Did this say the Maracle Experience Podcast, is it?
No, I don't think that's what it was.
It's not.
No, I'm sorry. Let me start that over. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Losers Lounge Podcast.
There you go.
And I believe we're on episode 37?
38, actually.
38? Wow. Man. Crap. Man, we're getting closer and closer to 50 episodes, which is pretty crazy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am the WRSter Ryan. Welcome aboard. And with me today is, of course, the heels, the Ballers, Sin Balor, whatever you want to call him, Heel Balor, Willie. How you doing, my friend?
Thank you for the good intro, Double R. I am doing pretty good. It's great to be back on another episode. We're talking about at least a good pay-per-view. Not the best, not the worst. It wasn't the greatest, hint, hint, but it was pretty good, pretty decent. Crown Jewel, CJ, suck. But this event here, can we talk about it? Thank you.
Oh, yeah, indeed. And last but most certainly not least, ladies and gentlemen, Christian freaking Maracle. How you doing?
I'm doing absolutely great. That was a good introduction, except for the Maracle Experience Podcast. I wonder if we should change the name to that.
I'm sorry.
If I did,
it was good. It was good shit. It was good shit.
Yeah, it was very good shit.
Maybe here's the thing. Then again, even if I did change it to Maracle Experience Podcast, that'd be befitting more of me and leaving the losers out of the equation.
It's very true.
And this is
can't leave us out.
Yeah, this podcast was created for us, and it's been like that for the last year and a half. Almost a year and a half.
Heck yeah.
And we're going to keep going with this because, well, we love doing it.
Yes, we do.
But thank you very much. I'm here with the WRSter Ryan, the heelest of Ballers, and I am Christian Maracle!
Baby!
Oh, boy. Anyway, folks, we're here to talk about WWE Super Show-Down, which took place this past Friday. Like, at the time of this release video, it would have been a week ago.
Wow.
Super Show-Down in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia on Friday, June the 7th, 2019, 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. So those around in North America got an afternoon of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, yeah, let's look back for a quick moment. The greatest Royal Rumble, in my opinion, was a good show. It was good.
Oh, yeah.
Crown Jewel, we all know, was one of the most horrendous events of all time. This one, on the other hand, the Super Showdown, we were concerned about it, but it was actually pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yes.
I'm amazed.
Of course, not the greatest, but wasn't bad either.
I know.
Nope.
I mean, here's the thing. The first time we had a Super Showdown event, that was in Australia, and that was a very bad event. We called this stuff like Super Snooze Down, Super Shit Down, and everything. Super Crap Down, name whatever the hell you want to name it. This one, we're just saying Super Showdown because it lived up to what we expected.
It did.
And here's the thing. We weren't expecting a shitty show, honestly. Well, we were concerned about it, but we didn't expect too much of it. We were optimistic about the whole thing, and look how... Our optimism paid off. Of course, you know,
going into the show for me, I was very skeptical about it, like how they're going to handle it, how the match is going to do, the storytelling, especially the crowd. As we all know, last year, Crown Jewel, the crowd wasn't really that interested. It's because they're casuals, ladies and gentlemen. They're casual viewers. They don't get a lot of WWE and pro wrestling over there in Saudi Arabia. So for them, this is a big treat for them, so...
So you were talking about the crowd just now. I just want to also bring up something. Ladies and gentlemen, WWE actually finally did something right here. They actually had fans at ringside.
That was so cool. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
Not saying we had a problem, like too much of a problem when it came to the royal family being at ringside. I'm just saying they didn't pay attention to the show. The fact that we actually had fans who were paying attention to the show... The crowd was dead at times, I admit that. However, it was an improvement over the last two events. That's what I want to say. It was an improvement. In my opinion,
very true.
This could possibly be the best event that WWE ever had in Saudi Arabia. Although
I put that up to debate, yeah.
Although I still think maybe the greatest Royal Rumble was the best out of the Saudi Arabia events. We were concerned. Here's the thing: we had a good event, greatest Royal Rumble. We had a bad event in Crown Jewel. This was the tiebreaker, and the tiebreaker goes to the good event.
Yeah.
And I want to, before we talk about what happened at the event, folks, we want to bring up something, and we might get a little ranty about this. So get your popcorn ready, because we want to talk about the fact that this event, of course, from other critics, like Dave Meltzer. Like Dave Meltzer or anything.
Don't even speak of that guy's name.
Sorry.
That dude's an indie mark. Don't even speak of that New Japan indie mark guy. Don't even speak of him. You can, but I can't stand him. But he's a wrestling journalist who basically strokes the Young Bucks and the Kenny Omega and the Elite and New Japan and indie stuff. Oh my God! I mean, sometimes he does know what he's talking about. And I shouldn't be talking about Wrestling Credit because I'm the last person you need to be talking to when you're talking about pro wrestling sometimes. But when it comes to people like him, he really, really, really goes overboard with these 5-star matches, quote unquote, matches like that. You know what I mean? 5 stars, 10 stars. Definitely. Didn't he give 10 stars to Kenny Omega and Okada at Wrestle Kingdom?
That was 7, actually, but I get your point.
7. But the guy is, I can't stand him.
That's understandable. Anyways, Super Showdown. For most of the occasions over at the Super Showdown, like most critics, of course, gave it negative reviews, all because it had a bad main event, and we'll give them that. There was a bad main event at the Super Showdown. We understand that. However, one bad match does not determine the quality of the overall pay-per-view. I mean, here's the thing: some people, I guarantee, people would be like, the entire show sucked. Even though we had like let's say if there's an event that had 2 5-star matches that took place, but a bad main event, they would say the pay-per-view sucked, wouldn't they?
They would. I think they can't make the fans happy these days.
Here's the thing. Yeah. People are gonna be shocked by this, but in my opinion, yes, the main event was horrible. However, it was also good. The reason I say that is because it was exactly as I expected it would be. And if it's what you expected to be, then I guess that's a positive. Even if you probably had hopes that maybe you'd be proven wrong, but still. With Goldberg and The Undertaker, could you really honestly have high hopes? No, not really.
Yeah. And especially when, they're in their 50s, what do you expect? Yeah. I mean, I admit that this match should have happened 15, 20 years ago. But, I mean, I guess at least we're getting it now. But I knew it wasn't going to be as good as it probably would have been 20 years ago. So, yeah.
Well, also, here's another thing. I'll be honest, there was a number of matches that were pretty good. And we're going to get into detail what went down at the show. But I want to say, I want to give a shout out to a few of the matches that I believe was great, and that was Finn Balor versus Andrade and Randy Orton versus Triple H.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
The Orton and Triple H match, when we get to it, it was okay.
Yeah.
Just in my opinion.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I just want to bring up the reason I brought up those matches because there were some critics who actually said, get this. Here's Finn Balor and Andrade actually surprised me a lot, but yet people said it sucked. I guarantee if they went out against each other in the same quality match at an NXT show, people would say it was 4 or 5 stars, right?
Guarantee you, it's the main roster, and people will criticize the main roster as I have been. I'm sure, of course, my fellow losers have done.
And of course, people will also criticize.
The main roster can put on good matches.
They'll also criticize because it was in Saudi Arabia.
Oh yeah! Did y'all hear that people were also protesting, quote unquote?
Oh really?
No,
go ahead.
Some wrestling fans were protesting the show and talking people down and being bullies to them because they wanted to watch the show, saying, "Oh, you're supporting WWE. Oh, you're giving the Saudis what they want. You're giving them blood money. Damn it, stuff like that." Dude.
Wait, Vince McMahon, wait, hold on a second. Wait a minute, Vince McMahon was in the protests?
No. That would have been cool.
That was a great impression, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, people were protesting about the show because, well, of course, it's in Saudi Arabia, and people, we talked about this before we even started recording this, how people basically are against this because they're in Saudi Arabia, and I believe the double R said something about the Saudis being, people think the Saudis are being just killers and murderers over there in Saudi Arabia. That's what you said, double R.
I mean, here's the thing. I hope you guys don't take offense, guys.
Yeah, just say it. Okay, don't take offense, guys. Just say it.
Yeah.
I was actually talking to you two. Don't take offense to what I'm about to say, but the United States, in my opinion, the United States of America is one of the most controversial and dangerous places to live in this world. And that's mainly because, look around, like, people are saying that, like, Saudi Arabia is bad, all just because, you know, the women's rights thing and people kill you or stuff like that. Here's the thing. It's not like people don't kill you in America. Look at all the friggin' school shootings that's happened.
Yeah. Tell me about it, dude.
I feel very uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable bringing that up and everything, but however, I'm just bringing up a point. And not just that, no offense, I guarantee you this is going to cause a lot more outrage over some supporters of a certain somebody, but United States of America's president sucks.
Tell me about it, bro.
Hell,
tell me about it.
Donald Trump has done...
Trump is garbage.
Donald Trump, we guarantee, is like one of the worst guys ever. In my opinion...
Don't even get me started.
That's why I don't even get into politics, because, you know, it's just all this argument and... You know,
it just needs to
people say I'm better than others and stuff like that. Like, it's just ridiculous. I mean, don't get me wrong, I respect all politicians, but like politics, it's just a freaking mess. Like, all it is just people fighting.
Yeah, to all the politics, it's a freaking competition over whose country is better.
Yeah.
Like,
so real, yeah, and now people, of course,
our last president, who was complete shit, Barack Obama, fuck him. Like, politics, and especially when they get involved in pro wrestling. Like, I've been seeing so many people attacking other wrestlers because they support different, presidents or candidates, crap like that. Like, literally. Politics in general are just shit. That's all I gotta say. Like, it brings up controversy. It divides people in two. It just doesn't create anything except chaos and anarchy. Like, for real. Politics are nothing but just troublemaking for people. And that's why I stay away from it.
Precisely.
And, you know, another thing is this, and you know, it's not, you know, to not to disrespect anybody's beliefs or anything, or politics or anything. I said, I respect everybody's beliefs. I respect everything what they want to do, and I respect all politicians. But you know, I get a lot of people kind of ask me this. They're like, yeah, especially at work. You know, I'll get this question, it's like, oh, why don't you vote? And it's like, well, I don't vote. It's not because I don't hate the guys or anything, but it's just, I feel like politics, you know, I feel like it's just, all it is just competition. And basically, I think politics, whenever they kind of tell you, they'll tell you something like, for example, like, oh, they're going to lower taxes and stuff like that. When reality, it's just a saying just to get your vote. It's basically all they're kind of doing is being a liar, basically, pretty much.
Blackmailing.
Not saying that's true all the time. There's some things that they will do, but you know, that's the whole thing why I don't vote, is because, you know, that reason. You know, basically all it is, they just want your vote. And there's also rules when it comes to, you know, if you're a president or governor, there's rules you have to follow in the house that you're in.
Here's the other thing.
You know, you can't just do whatever you want. There are rules you have to go by. You know, like when you say, like, when you actually make your president and they go, oh, hey, remember those taxes I promised to lower you? Well, I kind of can't really do that because there's rules I got to follow.
So this just all goes back to the fact that, like, you know, this is why, like, humans don't live in harmony, and that's why, of course, you know, everybody takes one look at Saudi Arabia because they have different types of rules and different laws, and they think that makes them, like, freaking bad guys or anything. I mean, here's something I want to bring up again. Once again, when it came to the WWE wrestlers going to Saudi Arabia, people kept making freaking jokes about they're about to get nuked or freaking killed or shot down and everything bombed.
No, they're not.
Come on, seriously,
those people literally think that every freaking country is like filled with like, you know, terrorists,
weapons and guns and shit like that.
They think every single person in the country is a terrorist over there.
And this is why...
That's not true.
This is why the one thing that always irritates me about WWE going to Saudi Arabia is the freaking fans. I mean, I get that they don't like the events.
Always the discussion on this podcast is usually the fans, because the fans are the worst.
The WWE universe are the absolute worst, and I'm trying to be as much as a face.
Reason that stuff like this is just stupid and hard to talk about at times.
I literally have a friend that I talked to on Twitter for a ton of time. His name's Muhammad, and he lives in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And he was telling me, you know, all the... And yeah, shout out to him. You know, and he always messages me every time the WWE comes to Saudi Arabia, and, you know, he'll tell me, you know, what he liked about the event and everything. You know, I respect that. And I really like that, you know, he messages me and tells me that he enjoyed the event. I really appreciate that. So, enough with this whole, like, terrorist shit and everything. Sorry about my language, but, you know, get out of here.
Let them bitch and moan. Let them bitch and cry, man. That's all I gotta say, because these people out there who are basically, quote-unquote, protesting, because the thing that protesting is because the LGBT rights, which is understandable. I understand over there, and the women's rights. And if you're protesting because of those two things, I mean, that's fine. All the power to you. But to a wrestling fan like myself, and probably these two here, you know, to want to sit down and enjoy a show, I could care less where they go. You know, if you get what else is a dangerous country in the world?
China.
China.
Korea.
They could go to North Korea. They could go to North Korea and put on a show for that son of a bitch, Kim Jong-un, in front of his, you know, whoever they are over there, and they put on a show for him. Would I still watch? Yes, because I'm a wrestling fan.
Well,
and this fight just got political. You have anything to say about that? We don't care.
Well, honestly, like if there was an event in North Korea, it probably would have been starting at 5 a.m. because of its location.
Very true, very true. But I would still wake up and watch it because I'm a wrestling fan. You know what? I also have something to say. I've been taking a break for about 5 weeks from the main roster because of this shit. Because, like, fans and just the wrestling in general is not that fun anymore. You know, I am still passionate about this product. I still love this product. I've been watching this shit for 12 years. But, like, for now, because of the fans and because of, like, today's, I guess, world and wrestling in general right now, it's just very hard for me to not watch WWE. So it's like a chore. You know, you get the fans online, you know, oh, you can't say that. Oh, you're doing this shit, this and that, you know. And, like, it's a mess nowadays, guys. You know what I mean? Like, wrestling is just not that fun these days, with the main roster at least.
Yeah, I must say, like, that's why, like, anytime, like, WWE announces, like, a freaking international show, here's the thing. When it came to the the first Super Show-Down, which took place in Melbourne, Australia, first of all, I wanted to say once again a shout-out to the guys in Australia for getting a chance to get a show quite like that at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, even if it wasn't the best. Even if it wasn't the best, the important thing is the people over in Australia absolutely got a great chance, and I guarantee they're going to cherish that.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
And yet, of course, you know, once again, you know, I'm actually glad. Here's the thing. When it came to people complaining online, it was actually for a good reason, which was the card wasn't the best. That we can let slide. Because you know what? Complaining about poor match cards, that's fine. That's fine, of course. I mean, hell, even like this year's Super Show-Down didn't have like the best card. We were just a little concerned, not really whining or complaining about it. We just were trying to be optimistic about it. But and of course, once again, the main thing where people were complaining about, however, when it came to the first Super Show-Down event, was the fact that if they wanted to watch it had to be at 5 a.m. And they were like, can't you just tape it or something?
Oh my god.
I'm like, tell that to the people who actually have to deal with that on a full-time basis.
People over in England, you know, and other places in the world.
Here's the thing. This is why we are actually fine with WWE going to places like Saudi Arabia, because it's an international tour.
Mm-hmm.
The place is called World Wrestling Entertainment.
Yep.
Not United States Wrestling Entertainment.
You know, seriously, not like anything like. Come on, man, for real. Like, no offense, Christian, but like, not like Canada or like Australia or Saudi Arabia or anything like that. It's world.
Hence why WWE SummerSlam is going to take place in Canada this year.
His kingdom, folks.
My kingdom,
you don't like it?
Toronto.
Get lost.
Anyway, now that we've let all that stuff out, do you guys feel better a little bit?
I do. Until we get to the main event.
Now we're going to talk about the show. We're 20 minutes into the podcast, and we spent 20 minutes talking about that.
And we said there wasn't going to be any rant. Oh, well, we lied. It's all good.
Well, when we said rants, we just figured there wouldn't be a rant during about the the matches itself, but that could change. However, we're going to start on the event. I want to bring up one thing. At one point during the pay-per-view event, they actually showed a video package that showed all the young fans in Saudi Arabia having a fun time, despite the fact that it was near 100-degree weather out there.
Heck yeah, dude!
Those fans were
pretty crazy.
We're sitting like friggin' near 100-degree weather, but they didn't care because they got WWE coming.
Be happy for the fans, people. Just be happy. Man, what if it was you over there, and you rarely got WWE television? You'd be happy too.
Besides, think about this. They had air conditioners surrounding the ring, actually, so I guarantee the wrestlers were okay. They were fine for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I even saw, there was an air conditioner literally sitting beside the commentator desk.
I saw that.
I think that's the only reason why they managed to get through without sweating too much, huh?
As for wrestlers, they survived at least.
Yeah, they were fine. I mean, hell,
yeah.
You don't see people complain. You don't see the wrestlers complaining about the heat, do you?
No.
But before the show actually happened, should we talk about what happened on a certain airplane?
Yes, we should.
Okay,
is it,
ladies and gentlemen,
that green round-looking European title?
I think it's called the
European Championship.
Actually, recently, the last I heard, it was called the 7-Eleven Championship.
It was 7-Eleven Championship.
Oh, okay. So,
at least I think that's what
it
was
called.
Does that
mean, do you have to defend it 7 hours
in
a day?
Days? Man, let's just be honest. Ladies and gentlemen, R-Truth made the 24/7 title one of the best things there are in the WWE.
And you know what's crazy about it? All these videos containing the 24/7 title featuring R-Truth, just anybody. Guess how many views it gets? It gets into the millions. That is pretty awesome.
The millions. That is the crazy thing.
Oh, here's another thing. Like, a majority of the things that people say is ruining the WWE is actually getting the most views in the WWE. Example, the time Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley had an arm wrestling contest, that has 11 million views on their YouTube channel, or more.
Mm-hmm. Crazy stuff.
Whereas other segments, like other matches that took place, has 500,000 views?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It just goes to show the reason people in the WWE is not, changing a lot of that stuff is because look at the freaking ratings it's getting.
Mm-hmm.
People are saying the ratings
ratings don't matter, Christian. Ratings don't matter, apparently, to some of these people. Come on.
That's right. People are saying, it doesn't put on performances quite like NXT or All Elite Wrestling or NJPW.
All Elite Wrestling hasn't even started yet. Technically they had, but still.
They had one show. They just had one show. They had one show that, in my opinion, was just good.
Mm-hmm. And they got another show coming up, which we'll be talking about. But, maybe that will surprise our expectations. But the thing is, the thing is with AEW now is the fans. I think we've talked about this plenty of times. The AEW fans are really hyping this up once again. And it's not the second coming of Christ. Chill out.
Yeah, here's the thing. We're fine with people hyping it up. You can you can go ahead and hype up AEW all you want, but stop trying to shove it in our goddamn faces.
Especially stop with AEW is going to crumble the WWE.
Here's the thing. A lot of those fans, they're pretty much like religious people going up against the doors and saying, "Hey, have you heard the wonderful news?"
Yeah. Oh God, I can't stand those type of people. No offense out there. No offense. I'm not trying to get that deep, but we're talking about here, folks.
Yep. Well, it just goes to show, ladies and gentlemen, that anyway, back to what happened on the airplane. R-Truth was taking a phone call from somebody, but then all of a sudden, what happened from behind? Heel Balor.
I believe he got attacked.
He got rolled up by Jinder Mahal, who became a two-time 24/7 champion. Here's a Jinder Mahal joins Elias and R-Truth as being the only guys to win it multiple times.
Yep.
Hey, Jinder Mahal here's the thing, he may not have been the best WWE champion, but he has a record. He's the shortest reigning 24/7 champion. He held it for 9 seconds. That's impressive. Anyway, Jinder hung out for 6 hours inside an airplane bathroom. What do you think of that? 6 hours.
God.
And yet, here's the thing, and yet no other wrestler was questioning why a bathroom was being occupied for that long period of time. I would have been questioning after the first 30 minutes why there's an airplane bathroom there's an airplane bathroom that's closed off for like over 6 hours, and in the first 30 minutes I would have went to a flight attendant. I would have been like, is everything okay? And they're like, nobody's coming out. You may want to check to make sure they're not dead. But anyway, Jinder Mahal snuck out. Luckily enough for him, all the other wrestlers were asleep. And I'm surprised. Jinder Mahal was able to pass out within a minute of closing his eyes. And I'm like, that's actually amazing. That's impressive. Even I can't.
Some sleeping skills.
Even I can't do that. Can you guys do that?
Neither can I tried. I failed at it.
Meanwhile, R-Truth is like playing a little game of like pulling the blankets off of the wrestlers as if it was that scene from Insidious Chapter 2.
Yeah.
If anybody hasn't seen that movie, I was just gonna say there's a sequence where the main character is in a dark room and there's a bunch of ghosts with the sheets over their heads, and he's pulling the bag trying to find the right one. So that's why it's like that reminded me of that when R-Truth was pulling the sheets off the wrestlers, trying to find Jinder Mahal.
You know what's funny? I thought this was extremely hilarious. Mm-hmm. I think who was it? No Way Jose. Like whenever R-Truth opened up No Way Jose's blanket, No Way Jose was like, "Dude, what the heck?"
Yeah.
And then R-Truth was like,
I remember
sorry.
he pulled up. I believe he pulled up Mojo Rawley's. He's sleeping with his eyes open, like I died.
He's sleeping with his eyes open and a smile on his face.
Yeah,
smiling. I was dying.
And then when it came to Jinder Mahal,
he pinned him like he was.
Yeah, he pins him, and then he starts yelling and everything. He starts cheering and yelling, and he's like, "Oh snap!" And
then everyone wakes up.
That was awesome. I'm glad they added that in. That was so amazing.
That was so hilarious.
They start chasing him.
I have to go to the bathroom. I have to go to the bathroom. R-Truth is freaking awesome.
He starts talking to the title.
So if anybody's saying that wrestlers are being wasted, hell no, they're not. People are interested in this shit.
I mean, look at this past week's Raw, man. There was a few elevator segments, which were actually not funny, but humorous. I mean, I didn't really laugh hard. I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. It's entertaining.
And then, of course, on SmackDown that recently took place, R-Truth accidentally got locked in a case, and currently, by this point of the podcast, he's being shipped to Los Angeles for Monday Night Raw. So, that's gonna be crazy. That's crazy how that's going on, huh? All right. See what we got going on. Is everybody here?
Yep.
I'm here. I was about to say it got quiet. That was crazy, huh?
Yeah, a little awkward, but yeah, I'm still here.
And of course, I think the reason R-Truth was not involved in the Super Showdown itself was because he was still locked in that airplane bathroom. He locked himself in that bathroom. Does anybody agree with that?
Yeah. Hey, that's smart, though.
And what happened to Heel Balor?
I don't know.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there he is.
I'm back.
We were just talking about how R-Truth was not involved in the Super Showdown because he was probably still locked in that bathroom, huh?
I know, right? I was like, where's Truth? I was literally waiting for that entire match. Where's Truth? Nope, didn't show up.
But anyways, back to what happened on SmackDown. R-Truth was locked in a case, and he's currently being shipped over to Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
I like how Jinder Mahal was like this, truth, pretending to be Carmella.
Worst ever, man.
But,
my God.
But knowing R-Truth, knowing R-Truth, of course, is like, truth, Carmella, is that you?
Dance break. Imagine Jinder starts dance breaking.
Oh my God.
That would be hilarious.
Oh my God.
I like how R-Truth referred to it as like, this 7-Eleven championship is ruining my life, but I can't let it go. 7-Eleven.
Dude, there needs to be a segment where he actually goes to a 7-Eleven.
Yeah, yes.
There needs to be that segment.
He's going to a 7-Eleven, and he actually fights for the title there. Here's the thing. If Stone Cold Steve Austin and Booker T can have a grocery store fight, then go ahead and do this, right?
Yeah. Seriously, you need to do that segment. I am telling you right now, that would give you ratings.
Yeah,
not big ratings.
Do a segment in the 7-Eleven store.
Or,
oh my God,
how about this? We'll double the ratings on this. R-Truth fights Bray Wyatt in the Firefly Funhouse.
Ooh.
Hey, I got one that's pretty good. Yeah. A fight in a 20. Okay, this could be a match. For the 24/7 title on the line in a 24-hour supermarket.
Oh, supermarket brawl? Oh, wow.
For 24 hours?
For 24 hours.
Oh
Wait, would he be like locked in the supermarket for 24 hours?
I guess. I don't know.
I don't know how it works.
It's like those 24/7 challenges that people do on YouTube.
Oh my God.
Let's just say when people do that, I'm like, bruh, is it really that worth getting all the views just to be in the place for 24 hours?
I don't get people like that. I don't get challenges like that in general.
Yeah, it's all right. Anyway, we're going to actually go get ahead and start talking about the match of the Super Showdown. We're half an hour into this.
It's all good. It's our podcast.
And plus, we were talking about some hilarious stuff after ranting.
Yep.
Anyway,
some good vibes in here.
I will say, the stage setup looked a lot like WrestleMania, except with no Kurt. But we weren't expecting like a big thing anyway.
Nah, I wasn't expecting anything like big or grand. I was expecting something pretty decent. Yeah,
it was good. And here's the thing: we don't really care much if the stages aren't the best.
Nah, it's not about the stages; it's about performances.
I was surprised by one thing: the opening match was for the Universal Championship. Wow.
I was kind of shocked with that. I was like, it's WrestleMania all over again.
Yeah, it really is WrestleMania all over again.
WrestleMania started off with the Universal title, and now Super Showdown starts off with the Universal title.
Ladies and gentlemen, of course, Seth Rollins defeated Baron Corbin to retain the Universal title, but in my opinion, that was Baron Corbin's fault, because he kept yelling at the goddamn referee.
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
What?
You know what's funny? Okay, so I was at a live event like a week before the Super Showdown took place. The main event was Baron Corbin versus Seth Rollins for the Universal title. And basically, Baron Corbin does the same thing. Basically yells at the ref. And then, at the very end, the referee starts getting into Baron Corbin's face, which is what we saw with John Cone.
I believe that was the same referee at Super Showdown who was in the match.
I believe what they do in house shows, they actually do that to try and test the audience out on how they react to certain things.
Mm-hmm.
That happens. It's all right though. It's okay. Anyways,
I like it.
I will say one thing: the match, it was all right. Heel Balor, what'd you think of the Universal title match?
For what it was good. I actually like Baron Corbin. I actually find him entertaining. Some people probably criticize that. It's okay. I like Baron Corbin. Was this his best match? Heck yeah, he's in the ring with Seth freaking Rollins, And it was a pretty good match, back and forth. There were a few moments I was thinking, okay, here comes Brock Lesnar, but, that didn't happen. And one more thing, Seth Rollins' gear. Holy crap, I marked that so hard. That man came out wearing Endgame gear.
Yep,
I marked that so hard.
He was going to go into the Quantum Realm.
As I was thinking, why didn't you debut that WrestleMania?
Maybe because he wanted to keep they wanted to keep the Quantum Realm thing a secret because the movie wasn't out yet.
Yeah, true. Sure, like, he came out in Endgame gear, and I marked out. That was so cool. Yeah, the match was pretty good. That's all I gotta say about it.
And Rester Ryan, what was your thoughts on the Universal title match?
That was pretty good.
Haven't seen it twice now.
Yeah, I mean, really not a whole lot I can kind of say, but yeah, it's basically kind of like the same as the live event was. But I think it was kind of predictable. But yeah, then we saw like Brock Lesnar trying to attempt, I guess, to make a cash in. And then, yeah, Seth Rollins. I was actually pretty shocked that Seth Rollins actually got the upper hand. But yeah, overall, I thought it was pretty good. And I will say this, you know, Monday on Raw, Baron Corbin, he got a lot of heat, which is pretty amazing. The very beginning of the show, you know, I think really week after week, Baron Corbin just does a great job as a heel. I'll say that.
Oh yeah, of course.
He's a fantastic heel.
People can deny it all they want, but Baron Corbin is one of the best heels on Raw.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, he is.
That's one thing I'm amazed at. You know how WWE has been doing the wild card thing for a month now?
Wild card, please.
The one thing I'm amazed about is Baron Corbin has not once made a jump as a wild card. I'm amazed. He actually decides to stay on Raw.
I like that.
I think the whole wild card thing is just for, you know, the Shane McMahon, Roman Reigns, and Drew McIntyre thing anyway.
Yep.
So once that dies down, maybe this whole thing will die down.
Mm-hmm.
Which should be good, a good sign. As for me, I also like the Universal title match. I mean, I was annoyed, that Baron Corbin kept yelling at the referee. I mean, sure, heels do that. However, he's doing it a little too much, is what I'm saying. To the point where it bit him in the ass and he ended up losing. I'm like, well, that's your own damn fault.
Yep.
But then, of course, afterwards, like, Brock Lesnar came out to cash in on Seth Rollins. However, here's the thing. This is why you do not announce when you're cashing in.
Duh.
Seth Rollins knew it was coming. And sure, it was funny to see Paul Heyman trip and fall on the ropes, like Batista at WrestleMania.
Dude, I started laughing so hard when that happened.
It was like Batista at WrestleMania, right?
That's what I was thinking. Well, this is the equivalent to WrestleMania, Chris.
So why not have somebody trip on the ropes, just like Dave did?
There you go.
Oh, speaking of Batista, I want to bring something up really quickly. Stuber, a movie starring Dave Batista about, you know, it's kind of like a buddy cop thing or something like that, something similar to that. It's a hilarious comedy. I've seen the trailer for it. It's in theaters everywhere. July 12th, 2019. Go see it, folks.
Heck yeah. I want to go see it. I love Big Dave.
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
I love Big Dave.
It's really cool that we can occasionally promote movies. That'd be awesome, man.
Heck yeah.
Who says we need a freaking official sponsor or anything? We don't need sponsors.
Nah, we can. Heck, Toy Story 4 is coming out in a week, I believe.
Toy Story 4. Toy Story 4. The conclusion to the longtime franchise has been going on since 1995, starring Tom Hanks and Tim Allen and Joan Cusack. And, of course, we have Key and Peele involved in this movie, and Keanu Reeves.
I like him.
In theaters everywhere, June 21st, 2019. However, you have the chance now to get your tickets a day early for the pre-opening night, which I am on Thursday, June 20th. Get your tickets available now before they sell out.
Good fun, watch the film, you'll cry, you'll laugh. It should be a good movie. I'm really excited for Toy Story 4. And Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home comes out next month. So
that is true.
Go ahead, folks.
So, folks, ladies and gentlemen, like as we all know, Paul Heyman, it was hilarious to see him trip and fall, but that distraction is what allowed Seth to hit a low blow for like the 1,000th time, like Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. In my opinion, Brock Lesnar deserved that beating. Seth Rollins, however, should have waited until Brock cashed in the briefcase.
I don't want another failed cash in. I know it's Brock Lesnar, but I don't need another failed cash in from the men's.
Yeah, not for the third year in a row.
Nah.
Yeah, that is honestly true. In my opinion, Braun Strowman.
I don't like the part-timing pig. We don't need another failed cash for the men's side. That's just my opinion.
However, this situation only delayed Brock's cash in. Seth may still be the champion, but Brock still has the briefcase, and now will actually not announce when he's cashing in like he should have in the first place.
Very true. Think smart next time, listener.
Anyways, we're going to go on to the next match. This match we actually liked very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the Intercontinental match as the Demon, Finn Balor, took on Andrade. And I want to say, heel Balor, what was your thoughts on the Demon's entrance?
Bruh. It was so cool. I loved it. It was awesome.
What do we have?
There was snow involved for whatever reason. I don't know why.
An army of demons? I think that's a reference to the Evil Dead franchise. We'll call Army of Darkness.
Oh, okay. I was really questioning, why is there snow during his entrance? It was pretty cool. He had the IC title with him, of course, at the very end of the ramp. Had the little platform he rose down from WrestleMania, which was pretty cool. Had his demons, children around him, I guess, whatever they were.
I think it was servants because he is the Demon King. So, I think there were servants.
Oh, yeah, it is. He is the king. So
it makes sense
servants,
in that case, yeah.
They were surrounding him. It was pretty cool.
In my opinion,
I was marking out.
Unless this gets proven otherwise, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to predict this right now. The Demon, Finn Balor, is the kayfabe son of The Undertaker.
What makes you say that?
Here's the thing. People wanted to see, Finn Balor, the Demon, take on the Dead Man. What would you think if if it was going to be a WrestleMania match? What would you think if the last minute of Raw, or the last Raw before WrestleMania, was Undertaker revealing that he's his father, and then the show just ends?
I don't know how I would process that.
How do you think Finn would process that? I just like to see the look on his face,
Irish.
like Luke Skywalker. That'd be awesome. Anyways, though,
I am your father.
Rice to Ryan, what'd you think of the Demon's entrance?
So...
Hey, it wasn't The Miz.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
If you're hearing bird, that's the lazy Bill and I am outside now. So.
We're mainly hearing wind.
Yeah, it's pretty windy over where I'm at too. Yeah, it's always cool to see Finn Balor, especially when he has the Demon entrance. It's always pretty cool. Yeah, hopefully we'll see it a couple more times. We didn't really see it a whole lot last year. I think we only saw it, one time last year?
Yeah.
So, yeah, hopefully we'll see it a couple more times this year.
As it should be, once or two times. Not overkilling it.
I'm hoping to see him at SummerSlam. He's, the Demon's always appeared at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I think that's basically the Demon's home.
For the big pay-per-views, he should bring it out.
I'm lucky enough to have seen the Demon at WrestleMania and MetLife.
That is correct.
And those are some beautiful birds, aren't they?
Yes, they are, actually.
And that's actually the birds giving their appreciation to the Demon. How this right here? Hold a second. Hey, Bird, hold a second. Hey, Bird, what was your thoughts on the Demon's entrance? Oh, really? Wow. Hey, whoa. This is a PG show. Watch your mouth.
You mean beak?
Oh, beak, mouth, potato.
Whatever.
Anyways, now, the match itself, I want to say, Heel Balor, I'll start with you. What was your thoughts on the Intercontinental title match?
Man, it was so good. Match of the night, in my opinion. Back and forth. Very good moments. There was a spot, which I love. Balor, I believe, he went for a quote-unquote 1916, or verse 1916, from the top rope onto Andrade, which was pretty cool. I love that spot. Took a few coup de grace to put Andrade down. There was a moment also where I thought that Andrade was going to win. Hit the hammer out DDT on Balor. I was like, okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Balor kicked out. Thank God, before the recount. And my boy retained. It was a good match. And once again, thoughts and prayers go out to Andrade as his mother passed away during the show. So
yes, definitely.
My prayers and thoughts go out to Andrade and his family out there.
That is true. Same over here.
Sucks, man. Sucks, man.
The one thing I'm actually impressed was,
shut up, Bird.
Well,
your bird can come later.
Well, the Bird was just mentioning that the Demon actually wasn't dominated, didn't dominate his opponent like he did with the others. Like Andrade was not dominated.
Yeah. Oh, there was also one thing. I believe Andrade was just punching the Demon. The Demon kept coming back up, and there was this moment where Finn started hulking up, and Andrade's face was priceless. He's like, "What do I do?" Oh my God!
The commentators had said that Andrade had Finn Balor's number, so he had the advantage in this match. I'm like, no, he didn't.
Please.
He's been beating the hell out of the man, Finn Balor. He never faced the Demon.
Bingo! Was his name?
But I want to say the Intercontinental.
Christian, you mentioned how Finn Balor, as his paint came off, he became more human.
Yeah, I think that explains why the Demon was getting weaker and Andrade was keeping like an advantage of the match, is because the paint was coming off. I believe the paint is the source of the Demon's power. If it comes off, Finn Balor, the man, returns.
Yep, kept getting weaker and weaker and weaker. Even when the match was over, he was just the paint was completely gone. Did his tongue thing. I'm like, it's not cool. There's no paint. It's not cool, dude.
Yeah, it's like when Jeff Hardy fights and his paint is disappearing.
Yeah, but it was 100 degrees on it, so they couldn't paint him all the way up.
Imagine if Jeff Hardy faced the Demon, Finn.
People want that as a dream match. I would not mind.
Brother Nero versus the Demon.
Brother Nero. Ooh. I don't. Nah, we don't really need Brother Nero. Nah. Just give me Jeff Hardy. Although we won't see Jeff Hardy until 2020, so yeah.
Recover soon from your injury, man. I almost called him bro, but then I remembered I'm not his bro. I only refer to people as bro if I actually have a personal connection with them, like I do with my losers. Mm-hmm. I'm not like Matt Riddle. I'm not like Matt Riddle, who I blocked on Twitter.
What?
I blocked Matt Riddle on Twitter on Instagram Live.
Wow.
Why? I don't like the guy. He's a douchebag.
Bro. Damn.
Anyways, Rice to Ryan, what was your thoughts on the Intercontinental title match?
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I think honestly, probably a lot of people thought maybe it would have been longer. I don't know, but I thought it was pretty good. I mean, yeah, sure, wasn't maybe the best match. I mean, but still, I thought, in my opinion, it was pretty good. I mean, this is basically like potential SummerSlam match, honestly, if you ask me. I'm being honestly serious about that, but
you know how I would it again. You know how I would.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to agree with me, but I think potentially it could possibly be. But yeah, overall for the most part, I thought it was pretty good. And yeah, as Willie said, as I speak for both Willie and Christian, our thoughts and prayers go out to Andrade and his family during the rough time of his mother passing away. Yeah, my condolences to Andrade and his family. But yeah, for the most part, very good match between these two.
That is true.
I enjoyed it.
You know what? I would actually help when it comes to the booking. If the plan was to keep the Intercontinental and Finn Balor leading to SummerSlam, you know what I would do? I'd have him take on and lose the Intercontinental title in a great match to Aleister Black.
That's another dream match people want. I would not mind that.
Either that or Aleister Black versus Randy Orton.
Oh, that'd be also cool.
Speaking of that, I mean, those two had a match on a live event a few days ago, so they probably are getting them interested with each other. Well, they put them on television. I don't know. I mean, it's just speculation for me. But, I would not mind Orton and Aleister Black tangling it up.
Yeah. Overall, in my opinion, the Intercontinental title match was great. I had fun. It was a good time. And in my opinion, 2 consecutive matches that were good. Let's move on to the next match. That was Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon. And Shane shockingly got the victory. We thought it was going to be Roman.
Yeah. I was like, what?
They actually had Roman lose to Shane? I mean, The Miz is one thing, but Roman?
I mean, Drew McIntyre interfered, but still. Shane McMahon pinned Roman Reigns.
Normally, in this situation, Roman would have kicked out, right?
I know, right? I was just flabbergasted. I was like...
I kind of had a feeling like Shane McMahon was gonna kind of win, but I'm just kind of like, really, you know? And also, like, what the heck are they doing with Drew McIntyre? Why is he Shane McMahon's sidekick? Drew McIntyre should be in Shane McMahon's place.
Actually, here's the thing. Well, he's going to be in his place at Stomping Grounds.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. Here's the other thing. He's not Shane's sidekick. He's his bitch.
Yeah, he's his bitch. That's the thing. He is his bitch for whatever reason. I don't understand because Drew McIntyre is world championship material. Do not at me.
The way I want to see
Indeed.
The way I want to see things, this is an early prediction to the Stomping Grounds, which is we're going to talk about next week. I just want to bring this up really quickly. Mm-hmm. I want Roman Reigns to defeat Drew McIntyre, and afterwards Drew hits Shane with a Claymore.
Please.
If the moment Drew McIntyre hits Shane with a Claymore, that's when you know things are about to get good.
Heck yeah.
And just to make sure that he's not on Roman's side or anything, he does the same thing to him.
Yes. That makes more sense.
So Drew's like, I'm not on anyone's side. I'm my own man now.
Yes.
Awesome.
You can done being Shane's bitch.
I guarantee the crowd would go crazy.
Oh, definitely, dude.
So anyway, I will say this. Despite the fact that Shane won due to interference from Drew McIntyre, Shane, for the longest time in this 9-minute match, actually held his own against Roman.
He did.
I was amazed that he did a good job against Roman Reigns.
I was thinking they're actually letting Shane get some shots in. Okay.
I'm amazed. Here's the thing. I don't think I can qualify Shane as a part-timer anymore.
Nah, Shane's pretty much full-time, I guess.
He's wrestled on every main roster pay-per-view since this year began.
It's crazy.
And he's only lost twice. That's it.
Mm-hmm. And
And he won at WrestleMania, which is more than we could say for any McMahon.
Yeah, very true.
Shane is literally the only McMahon to ever win a match at WrestleMania. No, Triple H doesn't count.
Nope.
Look at
I knew there was going to be that.
Stephanie McMahon, she competed at WrestleMania last year. She lost. Vince has competed a few times at WrestleMania. He lost all the time. Shane has actually had a previous victory at WrestleMania. Lost a couple other times. However, he won recently.
Yep.
And he won last year, too, when, he teamed with Daniel Bryan. So he's won at 2 consecutive WrestleManias. Shane McMahon, when it comes to wrestling, is the best McMahon, even if he's annoying as hell.
Damn right.
Because, it's understandable. I mean, Shane, despite his age, he's 50 years old, but he could still, wow. That's all I could say about Shane is wow.
Shooting star press? How many people can do that?
50 years old. That's the crazy thing, dude.
I guess we can say Shane truly is the best in the world.
Willie, your turn. Give it a try.
The best in the world.
Bravo!
Shane
Bravo!
McMahon!
Bravo!
Thank you, Double R.
Bravo!
Thank you. Thank you.
Should I try?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I don't know how I do, but I'll give it a shot. All right. The best in the world. Shane McMahon!
Bravo! 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 Bravo!
Thank you. I'm so breath. Oh, God, I gotta get water now.
Lucky enough for you guys, I already have water.
So do I.
Drink your next Pure Life water.
Yeah. I want to say
Donnie, Ozarka, whatever kind of water you drink.
We promote
drink it, damn it.
We promote wrestling. What? That's Mountain Dew.
Yeah, Mountain Dew is the drink it, damn it. Which is still the best thing we've ever promoted.
That just came to my mind.
Anyways, let's go down to the next match. The next match, do we even care about this? Lars Sullivan versus Lucha House Party.
Lars Sullivan won. Next match.
We don't give a shit. Next match.
No, seriously, next match.
Okay.
I don't even want to talk about this
match.
We
all knew what was going to happen.
Yeah,
seriously. He basically destroyed the Lucha House Party.
All right, yeah. Next match. In my opinion, this was the best match of the night. Randy Orton versus Triple H. This was actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I mean, sure, it was a little too long. They could have cut it in half. However, they delivered very well. And, hell, Randy Orton actually went over.
Yep.
Thought they were going to give it to the game. I was scared that they would give it to the game in that matter, but they did not. So, Heel Battler, what'd you think of Triple H versus Randy Orton?
Besides it being too long, 25 minutes at least, it was a pretty decent match. I mean, lots of good. It's basically just a very slow pace. I don't like slow paced matches, so this match wouldn't click with me. I'm more of a high flying, action packed kind of guy. I'm more of the guy who's invested in the spots and stuff like that. That's really my pace of wrestling. But this match, it was very old school, and I like that about it. There were moments I was really saying to myself, "How long are we into this for?" But it was a pretty good match, and Orton winning kind of shocked me because I was thinking, okay, Triple H is going over. No, Randy Orton won. So, props to him.
Yeah, props to the Viper on getting the victory over the game. That was amazing. Rice to Ryan, what'd you think of the match?
Dang, it was good. I think it was like, what, a 25-minute match?
Yeah.
25 minutes.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, this was really like match of the night, but yeah, and people can say, like, oh, we've seen this match, like, so many times. But the fact of the matter is this, these are two of the best, like, in the ring. Like, these guys know each other very well. The chemistry is very good. So, obviously, like, it's, at their age, they can still go. And they can still put on good matches. I thought it was fantastic. Like, Triple H, like, despite his age and everything, like, he still does some crazy moves. And I think there was one on the announcer's table. I can't remember what it was, but he took a real bump right there, which was pretty crazy. But like these two, like, they just put on a show for the fans, and without a doubt, I didn't really expect this to be like the longest match. But, oh my gosh, that was crazy. So yeah, I'm kind of happy Randy Orton won, but I wouldn't have minded if Triple H won. But yeah, overall, very good match.
It was very much, and I believe that. However, of course, there was a moment that was kind of cringe and embarrassing. That was Triple H trying to put Randy through the table 4 times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They didn't even bother to take the goddamn covering off.
Nope.
Do that. That's probably what was causing the table to not break. They were landing on the cover all the time. That and the American announce table is always indestructible. And they just refused to put them through the Arabic announce table. All the same, though, like, if they're not going to break, you don't always have to put someone through a table to have a good match.
Nope.
But overall, I loved the match. It was, in my opinion, the best match of the night. I even gave it a double thumbs up.
Hey.
Which I never thought I would do. I thought I would just give it maybe a thumbs up in general, but I give it a double thumbs up. So congrats to Triple H and Randy Orton on a pretty good performance. But of course, a lot of critics say just because it was too long, it was a bad match in general. Like, they refused to look at the moves that were sold and everything. I mean, they're still really good. Some of the best at selling moves. And at the same time, they said it was a really bad match, mainly because of, it was so random. Ah, boy. Anyway, let's move on to the next match. The next match was Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley, and in my opinion, it was not that good, but honestly, it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. They didn't carry that match.
Yeah.
They didn't carry that match on for too long, which is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Heel Balor, what was your thoughts on Braun Strowman defeating Bobby Lashley in this 8-minute match?
Believe it or not, I did not watch the match.
Oh, you didn't?
I did not watch it whatsoever. I stepped away because I was not interested. When I got back, I was Skyping with friends. They said it was actually very good. Not the best, but it was pretty entertaining for what it was. I actually might go back and watch it. So, sorry guys, you won't be hearing my opinions on this match.
All right, Rice to Ryan, your thoughts on the match?
What can I say? Who says big men can't put on good matches?
Exactly.
This was another match I saw at my live event, and I thought it was pretty good. You know, even though, you know, I know some people kind of have mixed reactions on Bobby Lashley, you cannot deny he's very freaking good in the ring. Like, his strength is amazing. And I'll admit, I miss Leo Rush by his side. I really do.
I miss Leo Rush in general.
Without doubt, for this match, this was very good. I think you could kind of tell the point in time during this match, like, they both kind of got a little tired, but still, I mean, I think, you know, they still went at it. Like, that time just kind of quickly faded, but they did a heck of a job. So, I don't know. I wouldn't mind, like, this feud continuing. I honestly really would be okay with it. But, yeah, I mean, for the most part, it was good. So, yeah, other than that, I mean, nothing but good for this match.
There we go. That was actually pretty good. I enjoy it very much.
Yeah,
it was. I'm
even
really
though
glad.
I do kind of wish like these two would be like in like a title picture, universal title. I think they're kind of going into the United States title picture a little bit. I don't know.
They are, I guess,
something like that.
We'll hopefully have something to say about the U.S. title, maybe in possibly next week's podcast if it's involved with the Stomping Grounds event.
Wouldn't be surprised. Kick-ass, take name. Probably the most cringiest tagline I've ever heard of for a wrestling show.
Excuse me, that's not what it is. What we're going to do at the Stomping... Actually, that's what they're going to do, folks. But ladies and gentlemen, next week on the podcast for Stomping Grounds, the Losers Lounge is going to kick names and take ass.
Hell yeah. Wait, what?
Well, whose names are we taking?
Yeah.
I think you meant to say whose asses are we taking?
Yeah, whose asses are we taking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
I can't even say a word on that one. All right. My opinion, I'm glad they did not.
Is it these people that weird people that comment on your Twitter replies?
I will gladly take their asses and bury them 10 feet.
Are we kicking their ass?
I think we do it all the time. I think we already.
No, we'll give them the flair section.
We already kick ass just by ignoring them haters.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sleep on them haters.
And sorry to throw off the topic.
We've done that plenty of times.
But yeah, I got out this one comment.
Of course.
I think it was I want to say Saturday or something. I can't remember. But yeah, this guy comments. He comments on my latest Universe Mode video, and he's like, bro, you need to upload these faster. Damn. And I'm like, you know, I'll get to it when I get to it. Like, do you not realize that my electricity was out for literally almost a week, and I'm still barely getting back to recording?
Like, and not to mention, Ryan has a job as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ryan has work, so be patient and shut your mouths.
And that's when, you know, I understand where you're coming from, especially when it comes to symbiotes, all these people asking when it's going to come. It will come when we get to them. Have some patience.
Besides, think about this.
Dang.
As long as you know that they're coming, that's, in my opinion, a good thing. And also, that's as good as it's going to get, all right?
Yeah.
So leave the losers alone.
Sorry, I don't mean to get upset about that, but that just really kind of annoys me.
It's okay.
To each his own, Double R. We all go through that.
People always ask for my Sins videos all the time. But you know what? I'm going to be talking more about my Sins videos in a future episode of the podcast. We don't know when it's going to take place, but whenever it does, I'm actually going to reveal pretty much everything about what my mindset is on the Sins videos and the future of that franchise. But in the meantime,
can't wait for that one.
But in the meantime, we're going to go back to Super Showdown, and we're going to talk about this match, the WWE Championship match between Kofi Kingston and Dolph Ziggler, which was okay.
No, seriously, this match wasn't really that good to me.
It was okay, in my opinion. In my opinion, it was just okay and nothing more.
Okay.
Dolph Ziggler lost because Xavier Woods kicked him in the face.
Xavier Woods isn't good.
That's just why he is getting his rematch at Stomping Grounds.
In a steel cage.
Kick ass, take me. Inside of a cage.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I want to say, this is like pretty much it's like, we had a steel cage match in May, and now we're having another one in June.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't have to worry about either of those guys like slipping out of their shirts to win.
That's very true.
It would suck though if they were hanging upside down and they slipped. Imagine if they were hanging upside down and they slipped out of their trunks to win.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Could you just? Are you guys just literally imagining that right now?
Yes, I can. And it's not a pretty sight. My god.
Then again,
God, no.
As embarrassing as that is,
I wouldn't mind it if it was a woman, but you know, a man. No.
Oh my god, there we go, folks.
I would envision one of them up there, like on top of the cage, and they'll slip out one of their boots. That's fine. With their pants, but no. Like seriously,
that's goofy. That's goofy.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the double R's goofy moment.
The goofy moment of the podcast is slipping out of trunks to win a cage match.
Mm-hmm. Will that be man or woman?
All right. But yeah, I will say, like, yeah, the WWE title match was only okay. It wasn't that long, but I'm actually glad they didn't drag it on too long because it was just simply okay. Dolph Ziggler kept saying
show worthy, in my opinion.
And in my opinion, this was also like this feud was just based off the words "It should have been me."
It should have been me. Shut up.
Exactly.
God.
Here's the thing: Dolph, if you're saying it should have been you, then where the hell were you when you said it should have been you? When it came to WrestleMania week, I didn't see you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, you were doing comedy. That's
exactly.
Right.
So you have nowhere to say it should have been you because you're the one who chose to leave.
Yep. Go off and do comedy for 6 months. What the freaking do? After appearing in the Royal Rumble and eliminating Drew McIntyre. I'm still no that.
Yeah, that was crazy. Not unusual. But yeah, pretty much I guess the title match being okay is all we have to say about it.
I mean, it was fun. I mean, to me, going into it, I was expecting not a 5-star match, but at least something good. Because knowing these guys, after what I said on the last podcast last week, these guys have had fantastic matches in the past. This match felt a little bit dull to me. Like, it was there. It was just there.
The fact that
Kofi retained. Cool.
The fact that Kofi Kingston had to resort to Xavier Woods to retain his title.
Kofi's a freaking cheater, but he is.
I thought he was a good guy.
Shame, Kofi Kingston.
I thought he was the good guy.
Yeah, I thought you were supposed to be providing positivity and shaking your booty and all that stuff.
Just drop the freaking title.
It's time to drop the WWE Championship. It's time to drop the WWE title. Is what it's time for. I am sick to death of this.
Drop one or the other.
I'm sick to death of the WWE title being disrespected.
Drop one or the other. Drop the WWE title or drop the New Day.
One or the other. You can't have both. You know, Christian, I believe you said a few weeks ago that Kofi Kingston was put in the New Day before the WWE Championship.
Exactly.
Correct?
Back in our Money in the Bank predictions and review, I went on quite not a rant. It was quite a descriptive talk about Kofi's title reign and how he was a pretty bad champion. And I was as nice as I could be.
The nicest
Kofi Kingston
ever. The thing is, folks,
he's still B+
Kofi
player.
Kingston is still a mid-card.
B+ player.
Mid-card act. Mid-card act.
Yep.
And of course, the double R. What you got?
Okay, so for this match, I mean, I don't know, like, it wasn't bad, but like the crowd really was. You could tell the crowd wasn't into this match at all.
Nah.
Yeah, but I will say this: like back in the past, like 10 years ago, when these two faced off for like the Intercontinental title, I really enjoyed that feud. But 10 years later, it's like these two could still put on kind of good matches, but it's like, I don't know. It's just mad to me. Like, I don't know. I know Xavier Woods.
Ziggler's been wasted.
Yeah,
very much.
So. Xavier. I know Xavier Woods helped him and helped Kofi win and everything. But I think it's just very predictable. Like who's gonna win this match and everything. But yeah, that's just the whole thing with WWE and like their talents. Like they really dropped the ball with a lot of these superstars. It's proven. I mean, there's really no denying it. I mean, yeah, you can say they haven't reached their full potential, but I mean, they don't pull the trigger. I mean, take an example, like Shinsuke Nakamura. Where the heck is Shinsuke Nakamura?
Catering. That's no. He was in the Battle Royal. That's where he was.
We're gonna talk about Raw tag team. Yeah, we'll talk about the Battle Royal in a moment because my god, that's where Shinsuke
been wasted.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I think Dolph Ziggler is a fantastic wrestler without a doubt. I mean, despite I know, like, they don't really kind of use his full potential. They don't really give him like the main event push. It's just mainly always kind of been like a mid-carder, basically, pretty much his entire career. But, I will say this. I don't really know how I would, really react to this. I probably would really, really be upset if this happened. And I've seen a couple of theories on Twitter about this, but, they've really been building out this whole best in the world with Shane McMahon.
Oh, God. I think
what if Shane McMahon was the one to beat Kofi Kingston for the WWE title?
Yeah,
just imagine
something out like that this morning.
Just imagine Twitter.
Oh my God. Imagine Twitter in a mess. Imagine him becoming the WWE champion. And I would actually find that very interesting because, I mean, the last time McMahon held the WWE title was, of course, his own freaking father. Vince McMahon. Yeah, Shane McMahon's his own father. Yeah, Vince McMahon held the WWE title. Imagine Shane McMahon. Imagine this scenario. Shane McMahon holds the WWE title. Stephanie defeats Becky Lynch, and Stephanie becomes the. I'm just throwing this out in the air for whatever reason. Stephanie becomes the Raw Women's Champion, and you got Triple H over there defeating Seth Rollins to become the Universal Champion. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like that's just the whole thing with with WWE. And, even I'll say this. Like, this doesn't include WWE title or anything, but look at the tag team titles. Like, Raw, SmackDown, and, the women's tag titles. Legit, like, I mean, yeah, we kind of know, like, who the champions are, but, like, we never see them. Well, we never, ever see them.
Hey, Ryan,
and the saddest thing is, sorry, hold on. Sorry. Sorry.
I was going to say, you could save this little rant for, like, the Battle Royal. Because most of the people you're talking about were in the Battle Royal.
Okay, yeah. I'm
in the Battle Royal. That's where I was going to let everything go. If it's okay with you, Double R.
Yeah.
But back to what you're
like. That's all good.
Hey, rest of Ryan.
I'm done with the WWE title match.
I want to say, Ryan, back to what you were saying about the possibility of Shane McMahon winning the WWE title. I'm like, my opinion, like, he'd have more reason to call himself the best in the world. Plus, here's the thing. He's bragged more about that best in the world trophy than Seth Rollins has ever been Universal and Intercontinental Champion combined.
Oh, burn
it down, baby.
Burn that one down.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I
introducing
will give
WWE.
I will give credit this.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. What was it, Raw? Yeah, it was on Raw where they What was it? Did they have like what were they drinking from the cup?
Champagne.
They poured something in the cup.
Champagne.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
I thought it was apple juice at first.
Yeah, there's only very few people that can say they've drinking out of a trophy cup.
Nah, San Jose wouldn't know a thing about that.
Oh, burn.
I was like, Shane, don't drink out of a cup. You're going to make everybody jealous. You're going to make the Sharks jealous.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to what Ryan was saying about the WWE Championship as well, of what could happen if Shane somehow, somewhere down the road, he actually wins that title. I will say one thing. Shane kind of would make history, though. You know why I say that?
Why?
Shane would be the first ever fourth-generation wrestler to be a WWE champion.
Oh, my gosh.
No other wrestler has done that yet. I mean, sure, we've had third-generation champs, first generation, second, and third, but we've never had a fourth-generation WWE champion.
Dang.
But anyway, let's actually say, let's go move on to what is, yes, the the 51-man Battle Royal. There was 51 wrestlers in that match.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out who the hell was the 51st man, and yet, shockingly, 51 wrestlers, and R-Truth wasn't even in it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, R-Truth did not show up once. Obviously, he was in the air, but still.
So I want to say, like, before we talk about that Battle Royal, first of all, we want to give a congratulations to the guy who won it, Mansoor, a Saudi Arabian NXT wrestler.
Yeah.
Yes, congratulations.
Congratulations to him.
Here's the thing. People are saying, who is this guy and everything? Yeah, but we don't even know who that is. I'm like, well, good. This is the chance to get to know him.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, you are complaining about the same old guys winning everything, huh? Now you have a problem with this?
Yep.
Hypocrites, right?
Fickle.
Fickle indeed.
They are.
So Mansoor, congratulations on winning the Battle Royal. He survived literally 50 other guys. Instead of 49, it was literally 50 because he was the 51st, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
No other wrestler can ever say they won a match involving 50 wrestlers.
Nope.
So Mansoor last eliminated Elias, who actually had a really good performance.
Elias, yep.
So he's also involved in the match. Like Mansoor survived Elias, Akam, Akira Tozawa, Ali, Apollo Crews, Bo Dallas, Lee, Brian Kendrick, Buddy Murphy, Cedric Alexander, Cesaro, Chad Gable, Kurt Hawkins, Curtis Axel, Dash Wilder, Drew Gulak, EC3, Eric Young, Eric Heath Slater, Humberto Carrillo, Ivar, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Jinder Mahal, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Matt Hardy, Mike Kanellis, Mojo Rawley, No Way Jose, Oni Loken, Otis Razor, Ricochet, Robert Roode, Rowan, Rusev, Samir Sin, Samoa Joe, Scott Dawson, Shelton Benjamin, Shinsuke Nakamura, Sin Carlos Sunil, Sim, The Miz, Titus O'Neil, Tony Nese, Tucker, Xavier Woods, and Zack Ryder.
Bravo!
Did I literally just state all 51 wrestlers in a short period of time? In like 30 seconds. Huh? In like 30 seconds. How cool was that?
That was awesome.
Bravo!
I just want to give like a quick shout out to if there's a few of the faces in there people wouldn't have recognized. One of them being Humberto Carrillo, who's an NXT and 205 wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oni Lorcan from NXT was in the match.
Yeah, NXT.
But I will say one of my favorite moments of the match: AOP, Heavy Machinery, and the Viking Raiders all face to face.
That was cool.
Imagine if those three teams faced off in a triple threat match for the NXT tag titles if they were all in NXT at one time.
Definitely.
That was great. How also great would it be if Heavy Machinery became the tag team champs, right?
I wouldn't mind.
SmackDown tag champs, especially since they've been getting a little into it with Daniel Bryan and Rowan.
Let's wrap it with tag champs.
Speaking of tag champs, let's actually go back. Let's finally talk about what we were originally about to talk about when it came to the tag team champs. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah. So, yeah, as I was saying about the tag team titles, Raw, SmackDown, and women's titles. So literally, like, yeah, we kind of know who the tag team champions are. I mean, of course, you know, if we keep up with the whole roster, website, and everything. But literally, like, if you look at it, we really haven't really seen, not so much for SmackDown, for the SmackDown side, but like Raw and women's tag titles, like, we really haven't seen a whole lot of competition. And it's really not so much that, like, you know, these wrestlers, like can't compete. It's just, you know, creative-wise, they don't have anything for them. And same thing with the women's tag division. Like, I think it's kind of a mess.
Like, people are saying...
Who else is there besides the Iconics?
Yeah, basically...
I think it's Fire and Desire.
Trash Comics.
Yeah, people are honestly like saying like the Iconics haven't defended their title since they wanted. The reason for that is because there's literally no one to challenge them.
There's no division. Where are the like? Let's go for everybody. Where's the War Raiders? Where's Kairi Sane and Asuka? Where? You know what? Go ahead, bring back the B team for all I care. Where are these divisions?
Hey, is Fire and Desire? They're still a team, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're not being utilized right now in the tag team division. They're too busy, you know, mingling around with Mandy Rose being a single star when it should be Sonya Deville because Sonya is talented as hell.
And I forgot Nia Jax is still hurt.
Yeah, she's injured, so we can actually put that as a good reason. Okay, we can put that as a good reason. That's fine.
So she is, yeah. So
yeah, I mean, they are the longest reigning women's tag team champions,
but Sasha Banks, you know, Sasha's, you know, whatever. It's just, oh my god! Like when we talk, I know we're talking about the Battle Royal, but like the mid carders, right?
You know, you bring up a good point.
Listed.
Willie, you brought up a good point when you said what happened to the division. I want to bring something up. Did you notice that of all the 51 names I just literally said in the fast period, the names Connor and Victor did not come up because they were not in the Battle Royal. They're not even in this 51-man Battle Royal.
They're in catering. That's where they are. Sad.
Aren't they the longest reigning NXT tag champs of all time?
Yeah. They are.
And I actually went ahead and looked back at some of their matches at previous NXT shows, and I'm like, wow! Amazing.
Seriously.
They're freaking talented.
They are. And you have, this one really like pisses me off. You have Shinsuke Nakamura. And came up from New Japan Pro Wrestling, and the NXT had a fantastic, in my opinion, 5-star match with Sami Zayn at TakeOver Dallas. Went into a pretty good... Huh?
You also won the 2018 Royal Rumble by coming in at number 14.
Former NXT champion.
Two-time.
Former NXT champion. Two-time NXT champion. Won the Royal Rumble. Had a pretty decent rivalry with AJ Styles. Look at him now. Pre-show, wasn't given the WWE title because he can't speak English.
And inside this Battle Royal, he was eliminated by Sin Cara.
That pissed me off.
Sin freaking Cara!
That pissed me off so much. That is borderline criminal, and I hope he never resigns with this company, even though I think he did resign. But that's bad on
that is really just a total highway robbery right there.
That
you know what? You might as well
off so much.
Shinsuke Nakamura might as well just go to AEW.
Good. Go to AEW. I'm sure the Bucks and Cody and everyone there will treat you like royalty.
And this is coming from people, guys, the losers. This is coming from us who had previously said, why do we keep bringing up the AEW and everything? In my opinion, this is kind of like a different occasion, all right? We can understand this.
Mm-hmm. So many.
Shinsuke Nakamura is one of the most talented wrestlers out there.
Seeing Nakamura, man. And it goes back to the other question. We talked about this months ago. You know, we don't really bring up like racing crowd or that, but look at all the Japanese talent they've ruined. Where's Kairi Sane and Asuka?
Yeah,
you've already killed Nakamura. What are you gonna do when Kushida comes up? Kushida. One of the best IWGP junior heavyweight champions that I've seen over the past few years is in NXT. What are they gonna do when they bring him up? Because Vince doesn't like those people.
Or is this the next Hideo? Is this the next Hideo Itami, who, by the way, is part of the G1 Climax now, back as Kenta?
Yeah,
and I will be there live in person
Yeah, so jealous. For double odds going to the G1. You get to see Jon Moxley.
Yeah, Jon Moxley.
Jon Moxley's in there, and who else is in there? Kenta, Jon Moxley, and crap, there's somebody else. I remember it. But yeah, by the way, folks, Dominion was pretty good. I enjoyed Dominion. If you did not watch it, go back and watch it. Pretty good show. Chris Jericho, Kenny O'Connor, so Kenny Omega.
I believe Will Ospreay will be in the G1 as well.
And Dragon Lee put on a classic.
I also want to bring up something else. Y'all mentioned like how Shinsuke Nakamura was eliminated by Sin Cara. Let's not also forget that the first wrestler eliminated was EC3.
EC3.
Okay, here's where I go off. Here is where I go off.
Go ahead, man.
A talented man. And I say this with absolute respect because I am a big EC3 mark ever since he was in Impact Wrestling. I love the character. I love the gimmick. Granted, he wasn't the best wrestler, but the gimmick and what he put on in that, in the role, sold everything with me. I loved it. Came up to NXT, and he did. Even NXT really didn't treat him that good, and that's saying something. NXT pretty much, you know what I think? I think WWE saw Derek Bateman. That's Derek Bateman from the old NXT, from the game show crap. Let's treat him like crap because he went to another company. Let's treat him like garbage. What have you done ever since he came up? He hasn't spoken one word. Well, he has been now. But when he came up, he started a little rivalry with Dean Ambrose. Or, I'm sorry, Jon Moxley. That's Dean Ambrose. Where is Dean Ambrose here? Not Jon Moxley. Came up, had a little rivalry with Dean Ambrose. Lost. He made his debut on Talking Piss. Not Talking Piss. Moment of Piss. A moment of fucking piss. And you have completely ruined that man since he's been back. And it's borderline criminal because that man is so talented. And once again, granted, he's not the best wrestler. I understand that. But the gimmick is so good. He's a good talker. He's a good heel.
I also want to say
he has everything that Vince likes. But you didn't utilize that because you saw that was Derek Bateman. It pisses me off.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's also something else I want to say. I want to make note about it. Somebody had texted me and said that they were at a recent taping of Monday Night Raw. And you know how they show main event beforehand? They said EC3 won his match really quickly and then immediately left, looking disinterested. This guy,
you've completely pissed on EC3, and he was one of the ones I was excited from coming up. And I swear to God, if you bring up my boys. If you bring up my boys, Undisputed Era, and you treat them like this, you better not treat Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, Roderick Strong, like this when they get called up. I better not see any funny segments from Undisputed Era. I don't need to see any comedy. I don't need to see any 24/7 Rule Championship involving R-Truth with that. I don't need to see anything like that. I need to see some seriousness from Undisputed Era. And they're the ones I'm most concerned about coming up. Yeah, we had John Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, Ricochet, Aleister Black came up. But Ciampa's hurt. Gargano just lost the NXT Championship. And Aleister Black's too busy talking backstage and cryptic promos and stuff like that. And Ricochet.
In my opinion, what's happening with Aleister is good because it's better to do that if they have nothing for him now.
That's the good thing, as you said. Yeah. He's not doing anything.
They might be
talking about tag teams, right? Didn't we have Heavy Machinery in there?
Yes, we did.
We did. Otis and Tucker.
Authors of Pain are now completely, like Akam, I say, he was healed from his injury, so AOP is back in the game now.
I almost forgot about them.
So honestly, they really need to be back in the game. They need to get back the Raw Tag titles or something like that, maybe the SmackDown Tag titles, and this time actually have a good run with them and actually have some great matches. I mean, sure, in my opinion, WWE made a right move recently in putting the Raw Tag titles back on the Revival after, what happened with Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder.
I don't want to talk about those two.
They were like the Brock Lesnar of Raw Tag Team Champions. They were not showing up.
But there was nobody for them to contend with.
There's the Usos, there's the Revival, who are now... In my opinion, this is actually good because the Revival and the Usos have been feuding. It makes sense to put the titles on one of them.
Yeah. You didn't do that.
And here's what I want. I'm hoping the Revival will take on the Usos at Stomping Grounds and it'll actually be a good tag team title match. Now, that's what I'm hoping for.
I just want that from the divisions. There's no seriousness in the wrestling divisions.
Also,
yeah.
Yesterday, the dark match was Shinsuke Nakamura versus Finn Balor for the Intercontinental.
I saw that.
Why was that not on TV? That should have been on TV.
Finn Balor on the freaking Dark Show. The Intercontinental Champion's on a Dark Show with Shinsuke Nakamura, a rivalry that I desperately want to see in the WWE.
This is something that can spark interest.
Screw Aleister Black. Give me that match. Give me Randy Orton. Give me Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura for the IC title at SummerSlam. And you have Shinsuke Nakamura beat Finn Balor. Not as the demon. No, as the man. You have Shinsuke dethrone Finn. You give Nakamura something to do. He's talented. I don't care if he can't speak English. I don't care. The guy is talented. He has it. I don't care if he has the mic skills. The guy is super talented, and he has, the skills to be a WWE champion.
Hey guys, you want to know something? I don't know if I told you guys this before, but here's what I would have done actually. Who wants to hear what I would do? Since consider the fact we have like about 50 of these wrestlers, I've been told 50 or so, like at least 50 wrestlers who are not being used on TV a lot. You know what I would do?
What?
I take Main Event. You know that show, Main Event? I'd recreate it. I'd recreate it into a third brand. Put those wrestlers who are not being used on TV on that show, and actually have them. And when I say, when you guys are having a match, I want you guys to treat this like it's your friggin' last match, and you want to win this thing.
Oh, I'm looking through the freaking list right here of who is also in the match. We have the Club. Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows have been buried ever since they've been here.
That's true.
You have buried them ever since they've been here. Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy made his debut in this match. What a crime. What a freaking crime. Buddy Murphy. Crime.
We even had the Cruiserweight champion, Tony Nese, there.
Crime. That's
also, Chad Gable made his 205 Live debut.
Who?
Chad Gable, he made his 205 Live debut yesterday.
I could have sworn that was Brad Maddox.
I know, right?
Kind of.
The thing is, folks, what my losers and I are trying to say is basically the WWE needs to start using more talent.
Yes. This is because I don't know how many times, I don't know when Vince McMahon will finally wake up, because when AEW finally comes around, I know they already had their first pay-per-view, which was a success. Like, legit, they haven't had any TV shows yet. But trust me, when they start to have weekly TV shows, and you see, and WWE's still doing this shit, AEW is going to kick ass.
And AEW is going to start kicking ass.
WWE superstars are going to notice, and they are going to jump shit. Despite the fact, whatever, Good tries to do, and he tries to give them, 6 more months to their contract or whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because you might as well just release them. Hell, if you're not going to do it, look at... Okay, Luke Harper, you had 6 months to his contract, and you're still not going to do shit with him. You're wasting his career. Why are you adding 6 months to his contract when you have no plans for him? Just let him go.
That's complete bullshit. For God's
sakes, if you don't have anything to do for the superstar, release him so that way he can actually show his potential somewhere else.
And you wonder why people like Jon Moxley, if you did not listen to Talk is Jericho, go listen to his little interview.
Great freaking episode.
Go listen to it right now.
John for that.
That makes me a bigger fan of Jonathan Good. And yes, I'm going to use his real name here, because that makes me a bigger fan of Jonathan Good, Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley, whatever you want to call him. That makes me a bigger fan than I have ever been of him before. Because looking back at his career, and I know dang well we are way off topic. I don't give a crap. This is our podcast. We'll talk about whatever we want. What they did to Dean Ambrose pissed me off so much. Hearing everything how they treated him in that company. Because going with the Shield thing, everyone thought it was going to be Rollins, Reigns. Those are the guys that they were looking at. Nobody thought about Dean. Nobody thought about Ambrose. Nobody thought about him as a main event star. Legit, thought about the talking guy. And it fucking pissed me off. Given the stuff that he told on that podcast, how they treated him.
I will say this, Willie. I will say this. Money in the Bank 2016 was such a good event. I marked out when Dean Ambrose won Money in the Bank and he won the WWE title. Like, I'm so happy that happened for him.
I was waiting, like, when's Dean getting it? Yeah, Seth got it.
Yeah.
Seth, Roman, Seth. I'm so sick and tired of those two. Seth, Roman. Yo, come on, man. You never gave Dean his spot. You never gave Dean his spot and his opportunity.
You know, and listening to that podcast, you know, all the promos that were thrown in there, like, you know, of course they have to go through Vince McMahon, obviously, because he's kind of the one that creates it and all that. Pooper Scooper? Like, are you kidding me? Oh, like, what kind of comedy crap? It's not like, comedy. This is literally 5-year-old comedy crap right here. What in the hell? Why in the hell would Pooper Scooper even fit with Dean Ambrose's character?
Yeah, and also what they told him to, I can't remember what it was. They said, was it Vince who said this? No, there was a promo that they couldn't, there was a promo that John Moxley couldn't even say on the podcast because it was that offensive. That they wrote for him. It was something about Roman Reigns' leukemia. That is the darkest shit I have ever heard in my entire life.
I don't really know if that was true. Like, I don't know like the exact line was true or not.
It was. I read it and I don't know if it was true or not. It is the darkest stuff I've ever heard in my entire life. Go look it up. I am not going to say it on here. I'm not going to look it up. I'm not going to say it. It is the darkest thing I have ever read. Ever, as a wrestling fan. And I know folks are going way off topic. I understand that. But the stuff that they have done to these wrestlers, a crime. It is borderline criminal how they're treating these people.
It's actually not really off topic because we're talking about the ones in this Battle Royal who have not been used properly. So, yeah, it's all good.
And then we switch to John Moxley because you've underutilized people like that. And look at my boy Finn Balor. I know... I don't think Finn Balor's ever going to become the WWE champion. Because Vince doesn't see that in him. Ever since he got hurt at SummerSlam 2016. Nothing. You know, he's getting back his
how many times did we see Brock Lesnar win the title? We see a bunch of times.
We're probably going to see Shane goddamn McMahon hold the WWE championship. How are you going to feel about that, Vince? How are you going to feel when your own son holds your main championship and people are flocking to AEW? People are going to be flocking over the Bucks, Cody, and them because television borderline is bullshit right now. I can't stand it. It's freaking bullshit. And
let me just say this.
Here. It's bullshit.
Let me just say this.
Give me my drink here, man.
By all means, right. You know, no disrespect. All respect to Vince McMahon.
Yes,
let it be known. Let it be known. Let the word be known. His decisions are fucking horrible.
Your shit is stupid, Vince. Your shit that you keep pissing at me. The shit that you keep pushing out of your ass. It's disgusting. And that's why, once again, going back on the topic, that I have not watched main roster television in 5 weeks. It is borderline garbage and criminal. As a wrestling fan of 12 freaking years, you've been underutilizing people like these guys that we just named off. You have underutilized everybody that I'm sure everyone in the lounge and everyone out there that we've named and loved have been underutilized and just destroyed because of your creative decisions. And you can go ahead and keep kissing the ass of WWE. Keep kissing. You want to make it in the company? Go right ahead. Go right. Keep kissing ass.
You know,
go ahead.
People could say, "Oh, well, you're complaining too much about WWE."
Bullshit.
No, we're not.
Bullshit.
No, we're not.
Bullshit.
I mean, literally, you look at my universe mode. You look at anybody that makes a universe mode. I guarantee you, they can book a lot better. Anybody can book a lot better on a universe mode than WWE in real life.
I'm going to give a huge shout out to previous members of our course podcast, Stephen Black and Amanda Teckett. Their universe mode is probably the best thing I've ever seen.
Josh Nobles as well.
Josh Nobles, I love you, man. I love you too, man. Shout out to all three of those guys. Are good friends of us.
Stephen Black, Amanda Teckett, and Long Neck Josh have been on Long Neck Josh's YouTube channel recently. Have been performing quite a number of great universe modes and amazing matches. And I gotta tell you, like, a lot of the matches have been going on pretty long, but at the same time, it's back and forth action, isn't it?
The stuff that they put on there is actually a lot better than main roster television.
Hey guys,
they have two good bookers.
Go ahead and tune in to Long Night Josh's channel. That's where the real Raw and SmackDown's taking place.
That's where the real pro wrestling is on his channel. Go check it out. Go subscribe.
You want to check out my universe or my AEW series?
Go subscribe to Restaurant too. Go subscribe to Gil Balor for all we care. I mean, he doesn't do universe mode.
I don't even do universe mode. I talk wrestling all the time. Hell, seriously.
I respect and I love when my subs actually leave me ideas, suggestions for matches. And you know what? I love them. I love them. I'm going to give my subscribers what they want. Where the hell are you, Vince? Why are you not giving the fans what they want?
Ryan,
yeah,
here's the biggest complaint here.
Yeah, people lied on Stone Cold podcast.
Bullshit. Fuck that shit. No. Here's the big thing that I've been hearing. Oh, Vince gave you what you wanted at WrestleMania. Vince gave you what you wanted at WrestleMania. Why are you still complaining? That's the biggest thing I've been hearing. Vince gave you everything you wanted at WrestleMania.
That is true, but here's the thing, and people are saying, why are you still complaining? Because that was the past, and it doesn't relate to what's currently going on.
What's currently going on is you have a WWE champion who is borderline just cringe. You have a Universal champion who's actually doing a pretty good job as champion. You have an Intercontinental champion who had his first title defense, very first title defense, I believe. You have a United States champion, which, by the way, got given back to the, which was, by the way, vacated first, and then given back to the former champion. To the currently Samoa Joe. I'm just trying to get that out. Samoa Joe. You have a tag team champion. You have tag team champions who haven't been seen in 2 months, who are finally on a good tag team in the Revival. You have the SmackDown tag team champions, Dana Bryan and Rowan, who are actually doing a pretty good job.
And now, of course,
they're being brought up to
let's bring up what happened. Let's bring this up. Becky Lynch and her title reigns.
You got Becky Lynch, who is, at this point, get off my TV worthy. I am sick to death of this entire gimmick and how she plays her shit on Twitter. I understand that she's trying to get her character across, all that good stuff. I understand that. But, like, seriously, she is really, 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 really taking this to a point of, like, dude, enough. Chill out.
This will get Heel Balor.
I get that.
This is going to get Heel Balor even more mad. She's shown all the time backstage with Seth Rollins, her boyfriend.
Fuck, dude, I'm going.
Why the hell do that? Why the hell do that?
And I went off. I am sick and tired of those two being on my television every fucking week. Every week it's Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. He shoved that sledgehammer up his ass, Triple H. Because I know damn right it's you behind Seth Rollins' push. I know damn well it is you behind Seth Rollins' push. It is not Vince. That does not have Vince McMahon written all over it. I don't know if this was true or not, but I read months and months and months ago before WrestleMania that apparently Drew McIntyre was the one that was going to win the Royal Rumble, not Seth Rollins. And Triple H was the one that wanted Seth Rollins to win. Keep shoving that sledgehammer up his ass. Keep doing it, because it's working.
Yeah, supposedly it was Vince McMahon wanted Drew to win, and Triple H wanted Seth to win.
Well, you got your wish, Triple H. I hope you're freaking happy. Seth Rollins is get off my TV worthy as well. I'm sick and tired of those two. I get it. They're in a relationship. I understand that. It's their life. They can talk whatever they want. They can bring it up. They can talk about it on the show. They can do whatever they want. But as a fan, and as a fan of this product, I don't need to see that every week. I don't need to see Seth Rollins being carted into an ambulance while his girlfriend is by his side. I understand that she was by his side, because it was, they're a real life couple. I understand that. But Becky Lynch did not need to be there after the beating that Brock Lesnar gave Seth Rollins last week.
Let them worry about themselves. Like, worry about the whole relationship.
And the fans. Don't get me started.
No offense. Like, I'm happy for Seth and Becky, but why the hell do this on TV? Like, God. Godly.
It is borderline fucking cringe, brother. I am borderline sick of those two.
Also, shout out to Delzinski's Universe Mode as well, because he actually made Drew McIntyre World Heavyweight Champion. Which they
can't do these days. Instead, Drew McIntyre is Vince McMahon's fucking bitch.
Actually, it was Shane McMahon's bitch.
And Shane McMahon's bitch. No, Seth Rollins is Triple H's bitch. That's what's going on. I have had it with television like this. This has been the weakest that I've been watching WWE television in months. And I wanted to quit after Money in the Bank. I wanted to quit after Money in the Bank after the atrocity that Brock Lesnar brought to that event. This is why I've been taking a break. I've only been watching pay-per-views. I'm not watching like the main roster television because it's borderline criminal and garbage. It's disgusting to watch. People being treated bad, people walking out, people going on podcasts and actually spreading, at least some light on the company nowadays. Vince needs to go. Vince needs to go.
There's also somebody else. There's also somebody else I wanted to bring up who's also pretty much agreeing with everything you're saying, and that person is Mama Maracle. Mama Maracle of all people.
Mama Maracle.
Mama Maracle.
Even she is saying, "Come on, Vince. AEW is gonna crush you." At this point, she's right.
It's true. You don't stand a chance. You don't stand a chance.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I understand now. I think I understand what the people were saying. I think I understand.
So do I.
We at least managed to get one good thing out of Money in the Bank. Becky Two Belts was murdered. Now it has to be Becky No Belts. I can't believe it says Lacey.
Becky No Belts.
Lacey Evans, please win that title.
I can't believe I'm saying this. Becky Lynch needs to lose to Lacey Evans. I cannot believe I'm saying that. But Becky Lynch is at this point, I've said it time and time and time again, overpushed. Overpushed. Kofi Kingston, get off my TV. Get the WWE title and somebody who actually is, worthy. Okay. Let me rephrase that. Get the WWE title and somebody who is at least serious. Kofi was worthy. I'm going to retract that.
Yeah,
what I just said. I apologize, guys. Kofi Kingston fan here, by the way. So somebody who is at least, worthy.
Precisely.
Respect Kofi Kingston, but get on somebody who's more serious. Look at Finn Balor. Finn Balor, I hate saying this, Finn Balor really hasn't done anything with the IC title. Nothing.
Sadly.
His first title defense is Saudi Arabia as the Demon. What did he freaking do? The Demon came out for some Saudi money. What did he freaking do? And he won. What is next for him?
I'm excited because I will be meeting Finn Balor this Friday in San Antonio.
And the Double R's meeting Finn Balor and Becky Lynch. I'm so jealous.
And Daniel Bryan.
I've only met two of them. Of course, Daniel Bryan and Becky Lynch. Never met Finn Balor, but
I will try my best to get you a little shout out.
Yay!
I must say, we went through quite a long rant about the wrestlers. I think we should also take a moment to talk about who won that battle royal. I mean, if you guys even remember, we were talking about a battle royal.
Yeah.
Mansoor, congratulations to the Saudi Arabian wrestler.
Yes, congratulations.
Cool about it.
Order for him.
One thing that's cool about this match, you saw the reaction to the crowd.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
The crowd reaction, man, there were people crying. That was awesome.
So here's
in a good way, folks. Not in a bad way.
I think that's it. We'll talk about the battle royal, but I'm surprised that we went through a long ass rant, and we're now just getting ready to talk about the main event, which was, oh my god, Goldberg versus The Undertaker.
Oh boy, Goldberg and The Undertaker. No joke. I just laughed.
A dream match in the making.
And cringed. I laughed and cringed at this match.
Yeah, for those, saying they want to see Sting versus Undertaker, and I think Sting even said he wanted one more match. I don't know necessarily if it's for,
Sting has stenosis.
No. Don't come back for one more match, please. You did the best you could.
Sting cannot have another match, I believe, because he has stenosis.
Steve Borden.
Because if Sting ever wrestles again, he could die.
Just like Edge.
Same with Edge.
Yeah.
So Edge can't wrestle anymore. And I miss Edge to death. Fun fact, Edge was my very first heel in the WWE when I first started watching. So a good heel to start out with, Edge. These people who... Sheamus, apparently... we haven't seen Sheamus in months. Do you know why that is? Sheamus has spinal stenosis, apparently.
Well, I don't think it's that serious compared to the others, though.
Yeah, very true, but he's been off television for months. And I kind of miss the guy. I'm not gonna lie. Has a good YouTube channel, too.
There's at least one positive thing I'll say about the match with Undertaker and Goldberg. That was the Undertaker's entrance. Well, I was like, the Truth's returning and the organ music. I was like, the organ music and the Truth's returning, and I was like, I got also that scene of the vortex, looking like the inside of a vortex. And that was, in my opinion, an awesome.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god.
And Goldberg's entrance, he kind of a little bloody spot in his head, but he probably headbutted the door.
That was another pull open door, not a push open door.
Yeah.
He should.
Yeah.
You should test the doors out first. If it's a pull-open door, don't even bother headbutting.
So, yeah, folks, the match was garbage.
Could have been worse, honestly. But I'm glad they didn't drag it on for 20 minutes.
So it starts off with Goldberg doing the throat slice to The Undertaker. And I was like, okay, this is cool. And like a few minutes in the match, Goldberg literally goes to the he was going for a spear or whatever into the turnbuckle. He literally hits his head on the turnbuckle, or he rams his head into the turnbuckle hard.
Yep, gets himself a concussion and busts himself wide open.
Badly. Okay, it wasn't Dustin Rhodes bloody, but like it was pretty bloody.
That is true.
I mean, top Dustin Rhodes. God dang.
But can we just talk about really quickly that jackhammer was scary.
Oh my god!
He dropped him out.
I got so scared.
Oh my gosh!
That wasn't a jackhammer. That was a freaking brainbuster by accident.
Yeah.
He dropped him hard on his head. Like I legit thought Taker died. Like I was legit concerned. I was like, oh my god.
Here's the thing: if you were actually there with me, you would have heard me say, "No, no, no!"
That was literally me. I was like, he's dead. Like, he's dead. Like,
that was one of the only times I ever said, stop the match, now, now.
That's what I was saying. I was like, literally, I was telling my friends, like, dude, this has to be it. Just stop the match. Like, it was bad. Even the tombstone. Tombstone.
Yeah, he dropped Goldberg right on his fucking head. That's the other reason why Taker should not be competing, because he's now literally dropping his opponents on their heads. This might be only a matter of time before he might accidentally kill somebody.
That move could literally end somebody's life.
It's over now. It's
done.
That's the part that they just don't get. It's over. It's over.
And here's the thing, like, people were saying, I know I've been saying this for months, that I'm wanting Finn Balor and The Undertaker. Not anymore. I don't want The Undertaker, period. Mark Calloway has given his blood to this company for years. It's time to hang it up. This match showed. It's done. It's over.
The ending choked Sam, of course, it was botched, but that's because Goldberg was so woozed up.
He was gassed.
I'm glad that, it may have ended awkwardly, but I'm glad they ended it right then and there.
6 minutes. 6 minutes in that ring.
It was a really good thing that they ended it right then and there before things could have gotten worse. Goldberg already had trouble walking after that.
Oh, he collapsed apparently. He legitimately collapsed after the match, off camera.
The Undertaker has collapsed so many times in his wrestling career recently.
Yep.
This has gone far enough.
I believe it was SummerSlam 2015. No, it wasn't SummerSlam. It was WrestleMania 30. WrestleMania 30 actually. They collapsed backstage after Brock Lesnar, the Brock Lesnar match.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, I love Undertaker, but God, like, when is enough enough?
It's over.
Like
the fans have to accept that it's over.
I don't know what else. I don't really know what else to say, but like, I mean, I'm kind of like, I mean, in a way, like at least because they've seen this match, but like, I mean, like maybe 15, 20 years ago I would have been interested, but I wasn't interested now. I'm sorry. Like, these two don't need to get hurt. They don't need to be paralyzed or anything. Love of God, please let Undertaker retire. Before he, like,
I don't think it's Vince himself. I think it's Taker himself. Taker probably still thinks it.
Yeah,
well, the Undertaker did like a status on Instagram that was telling WWE to let him leave.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a sign, possibly, that this is not what Undertaker wants to do. I mean, did you see Taker's face at the end of the match?
I did.
He doesn't want to do this anymore, obviously. It's clear. It's plainly obvious.
I don't know if this is true or not, but Goldberg and The Undertaker had like this verbal shouting match backstage after the match. Like in gorilla position. So
I don't
that's
understand.
garbage.
I don't understand, like, what's so hard to just... I know it's hard to let go, but one day you're going to have to. It's like, I hate bringing this up, but it's kind of a weird comparison, but it's like Toy Story 3, Andy giving up his toys. Eventually, you got to get rid of them because you're growing up and you got to move on.
Yep.
Andy retired from his toys long before The Undertaker retired from the ring. The ring is like The Undertaker basically is Andy, and the ring is his Woody and Buzz Lightyear. You gotta move. You gotta give it to somebody else, the next generation, like Andy gave his toys to the next generation of kids.
Yep.
So, this is really... It's sad when it happens, but it's a moment that lives forever. This is just...
It was sloppy, scary at some points in the match. And I will give them this, they tried. They tried so hard. They did not deliver whatsoever. And we're rarely ranting about it. We're just sad mostly.
Yeah. All the ranting came from Battle Royal.
This is depressing.
It just, and some people actually wanted to see this match. It's fine if you wanted to see this match.
I can understand that.
You got it. I hope you're happy with the result.
Yeah, you can't go into this expecting an epic match just like you were hoping it'd be 15 years ago. That's different. Like, hell, let's just imagine if we were in this day and age, except it was, let's say, example, 2005, and they announced that Goldberg was taking on The Undertaker. How friggin' hyped would we be?
I mean,
oh yeah, that's like a WrestleMania match right there back in the day.
Heck yeah, brother.
But now that here, Corey Graves labeled this as Muhammad Ali facing Mike Tyson. I'm like, those two.
Yeah, maybe 15 years ago.
Mike Tyson and the late great Muhammad Ali, rest in peace, would not be stupid enough to do that at an old age.
Nope.
Mike Tyson, I guarantee, is not stupid enough to fight at his age.
Like, I found a still shot of the tombstone from The Undertaker he delivered to Goldberg. His neck literally twisted a little bit. Oh my God, just... It's time.
Listen, Goldberg's a family man now. He's like a guy that he has a freaking kid, and one of my favorite things to ever watch was that WWE 24 documentary on Goldberg.
I like that one.
To see how, like, the relationship he has with, like, his family, his wife and his son. The way they quote it is, like, in the ring, he's not this big, giant Goldberg, he's daddy. Hell, isn't he a freaking coach for his son's football team?
He is.
How great is that, actually? That's what he should be sticking with, just staying with his family and helping his son. That's what he needs to be doing all the time.
Be a family man.
I mean, at that point, when we see that, that's when, we're smiling and we're proud of him. And when Goldberg had his, his tiny run back in 2016 to 17, he actually delivered when it came to Brock Lesnar. And even if we didn't like him winning the Universal belt and everything, the one thing we were glad for was at least, his career did not end by, means of what happened in 2004.
Yeah.
And, well, it just goes to show, hell, The Undertaker, he's got kids, right? He's got many. He's got wife.
Yep, Taker has lots of kids.
He's got Michelle McCool as well. His wife, Michelle McCool.
Yep.
And the only times Michelle McCool returned to the ring was for good reasons. The first ever women's Royal Rumble match and the first ever all-women's pay-per-view. That is fine. She was involved in a battle royal, did her moves, did some cool poses, hyped the crowd up, and then she was gone. Easy, like that. That's how you do it.
Speaking of one of those matches, like the people chanted The Undertaker. They had the audacity to start chanting The Undertaker at her match at the Royal Rumble last year.
Yeah.
Morons.
Long Neck Josh and I, who were attending the show, we were not doing that at all. We were like, really? Come on, this is Michelle McCool.
Yeah, just Taker needs to hang it up.
Again, back to what I was saying about Goldberg, it was awesome seeing him, like, spend time with his kid, whether it was playing football, coaching football, or doing pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Hell, here's the thing. I wouldn't mind one day, maybe in the future, seeing how his son does in this world of sports.
Heck yeah, brother.
It's called passing the damn torch to the next generation.
Yeah. I mean, like Rey Mysterio and Dominic. Look at them.
Yeah, Dominic right now is on his way to hopefully becoming a wrestler. And one day, maybe Rey might have his last match against Dominic. It'd probably be Dominic's first WWE match, and it'll be against Rey Mysterio, and that's going to be Rey's retirement. He's going to literally pass the torch.
Take off his mask and all that.
Oh, man, I'd love to see that.
Take off his mask, hand it to his son. Wow.
Yeah. Goldberg and The Undertaker, however, that's it for them. It has to be it.
It's done. I don't want to see Taker after this. I don't want to see him at WrestleMania. I don't want to see him at SummerSlam. I don't want to see him at the next Saudi Arabia show. It's over. It's over, and this match showed. And if you people can't see that, just go watch this match.
Go watch what happened at friggin' Crown Jewel.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, the last 2 times The Undertaker competed was his match at Crown Jewel and this one, and they were horse shit. Not to mention the Super Showdown match was horse shit. His match with John Cena at WrestleMania was a little bit of horse shit. His casket match with Rusev, I don't even remember that match.
Neither do I.
He hasn't had a good match in years, and that's because he's old. The older you become...
It's over.
The older you become, the more weathered you become. And yet, people are saying that he should retire at Survivor Series in 2020, so it'll be exactly 30 years.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Nobody gives a shit about that!
No. No.
Why? Give me one good reason why.
I haven't anything about that. Are you serious? Bruh.
I don't understand what the hell's wrong with people. People just want this and that, expecting the good stuff, and whenever it gets shit, they always trash on it.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell were you expecting from this? He's a fucking old man! He's gonna freaking die if he keeps this up.
People are saying that Vince is going to die in gorilla position. Just doing the show. He's just gonna slump over and die. You know what? I can envision that. And that's very dark to say. But I don't think Vince is ever going to, die outside the WWE. Vince is going to die in the chair Monday Night Raw. And you bring back the Undertaker, Lesnar, Goldberg. Heck, they might drag Batista out of time. They might drag Kurt Angle out. It sucks trying to focus on the old talent. The Rock. They're probably going to drag The Rock out for WrestleMania next year. Because dang well they want The Rock and Roman Reigns. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen or anything. Because we're months and months and months and months and months ahead of WrestleMania 36. But they might drag The Rock out for WrestleMania 36 for all we know. They might drag Sting out of retirement. Knowing the man has spinal stenosis. And do The Undertaker and Sting at either a WrestleMania or at a Survivor Series. Just to shut the fans up. It's time to stop focusing on the old talent. Man, it's time to move forward. Taker, Goldberg, Kurt Angle, Batista, even Brock Lesnar. Those guys are old news. It's time to move on. It's time to stop focusing on the young talent. But we all know that's not going to happen because the old man is too screwed up in the head to realize that. And he's going to keep pushing these guys that, let's be honest, don't really deserve to be pushed.
I got to tell you, talking about this whole thing is making me depressed.
Same. It's time. It is time for those people to just go. Go to the Hall of Fame. Taker should go in the Hall of Fame next year. It should be a retirement match. I don't want to see a retirement match. I don't need to see a retirement match from Mark Calloway. All I want to see from The Undertaker is just, this is it. That's all I needed to see was this match. This was it. This is over. I don't want The Undertaker match as long as they live, and it's over.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but it is over.
Yep.
No more.
I never thought we'd be ending the podcast on a depressing note, huh?
Well, after getting fired up with everything else,
I guess that's
I think we should end it with this, I guess.
I guess it's a first for everything, right? However, folks, hopefully that was our review on Super Showdown. Hopefully next week's podcast, when we're talking about Stomping Grounds, based on the card already we've seen, I don't think we're going to be depressed talking about
it. Not really. To me, this is rematch city, basically.
It's basically Backlash.
Yeah. That's Backlash.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this podcast. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you guys next week for our predictions on WWE Stomping Grounds. So, Heel Balor, go ahead and say our ending phrase.
We are the losers, and this is our lounge.